Hello, my name is Vinita Pande, and today I will be telling you some astonishing predictions for 2026. These are from the ancient palm leaves of India, which are called Nadi astrology. These palm leaves, with their predictions, were written by sages thousands of years ago, and they give the general predictions for a person, but many people don't know that there are several chapters to the Nadi. And one of these chapters is called the question and answer chapter, the Prashnakandam. Now, in the Prashnakandam, there are answers that were written thousands of years ago, knowing that somebody will come and ask a question on a certain date and time. So when I go and ask a Prashnakandam, I note down the time at which I'm asking this question and write down those 5 questions. And then I give it to the Nadi reader. And the Nadi reader goes and looks for a leaf with those answers which are pre written. So isn't this mind boggling that these sages knew that on this date and time, I will ask these 5 questions and the sequence in which I'll ask them? Now, this time I asked some very interesting questions, to say the least. So, these are the questions I asked. So, I wrote down these questions on December 15th at 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time. The first question I asked was about the Kali Yuga and Kalki avatar. These avatars of Vishnu are in the Vedic tradition, and the last incarnation or the last avatar is known as Kalki. And I'd asked, basically, there's a lot of confusion about the Kali Yuga. When did it start? Can Shiva, who is giving the messages to these sages who are writing down these nadis, reveal how many years ago did the Kali Yuga start and when it's coming to an end? And if Kalki avatar will incarnate in my lifetime, will I know who he is? The second question I asked was about the 2026 predictions, and if I could be told when and where these calamities would happen, and also tell me about different countries and where these wars or any other thing would happen. So that was predictions for 2026. The third question I asked was, will I see the Siddhas and Rishis return in my lifetime? Will they incarnate or come in some form or in a physical body? And also, will many people attain moksha or liberation in this lifetime during this age? The fourth question was about, are there aliens and beings that come to the planet? Do governments know about them? And will aliens become visible to people? And will the governments disclose information about these aliens? And are we humans using alien technology? So, really fascinating questions, right? Now, even more astonishing was that I sent the same questions to 4 different Nadi readers. So far, 3 Nadi readers have found a leaf with the answers. Isn't that crazy? I think it's really crazy. So, the first Nadi Prashnakand was found by Nanduji, who's a Nadi reader in the Delhi area, and it was found on and read on December 21st, 2025. The second Nadi Prashnakant leaf was found by a very renowned Nadi reader in Vedishwaran Kovil, and that was sent to me, the answers were sent to me on December 24th, 2025. And the third Nadi palm leaf was found and read to me by G.K. Ravi, and that was on December 26, 2025. Now, these are the answers to my first question from the 3 Nadi leaves, which is about the Kali Yuga and the Kalki avatar. I'll just tell you the answers briefly. So Shiva said to me through the sages that it's been a long time, thousands of years since Kali Yuga has started, and humans actually cannot calculate or come to know exactly when Kali Yuga started, nor will we know or can we calculate or understand when Kali Yuga will end. So it's many years for Kali Yuga to end, perhaps hundreds, if not thousands. But we are in the second half of Kali Yuga, is what was indicated, that it will come to a close, but not in my lifetime. Kalki avatar will not incarnate in my lifetime. I will come to know of him. And I'd also asked about the semi avatars, which are called Ansh avatars, which are the mini avatars. And one of the nadis indicated, yes, there are these Ansh avatars, but very few people come to know or recognize them. So that was in a nutshell, that we don't really know when Kali Yuga started. Humans think they know, but they don't. And it's not like a calculated date, because it is a transition. In fact, one of the leaves told me that as humans evolve from one sense to another, to finally the sixth sense, is when Kali Yuga will end and Kalki avatar will come. So there's a long answer, but I want to focus on the predictions for 2026. Now, the first Nadi said that US will have an indirect war, perhaps a dispute or trade war or something with the Europeans. Then it refers to a war with people of another religion, where these people have been devastated and they don't have food or homes left. And there will be an escalation in the war here, and which is probably there'll be an escalation in the Middle East war, is how I gathered this. Now, it also said we cannot stop the wars, but we can do prayers or pujas, these sacred ceremonies, to lessen the effect of these wars. Then Shiva, through the sages, gave me a very precise and clear prediction, which is very rare for a Nadi to do. And it talked about a huge undersea volcanic eruption, pointing to approximately April 15th to May 15th that it will happen. And it talked about the country where this will happen. The ruler of that country wants ancient lands back, merged into his country, and he wants to be a ruler like one of the older rulers of his country. Now, I gathered that to be Russia, because it also mentioned that this country will face the biggest damage and loss of life from this calamity and from war. So, this is what I'm gathering to be Russia. And it's interesting that one of these Nadi readers, GK Ravi, he has an office, a Nadi reading office in Japan, and he has thousands of clients, Russian clients. So I asked him if the Russian clients' Nadis have predictions of a calamity, or if the Japanese clients do. And he confirmed that the Russian clients and the Japanese clients' Nadis predicted a calamity next year. So this confirms what came in the first Nadi, which is not from GK Ravi, was from another Nadi reader. So there are 2 points of confirmation that there will be a calamity. The first Nadi said there will be an undersea volcanic eruption that will cause a lot of damage and deaths, unfortunately. But it also told me that if we do our prayers and if we do these special pujas, that the extent of the damage and loss of life will be reduced. So that is why I want to reach out to all of you via this video to please pray that even if this calamity has to happen for the earth to heal, it is really the earth that is reacting because of certain karmas of human beings, and especially of these wars that we are waging. So if we can pray to reduce the effects of this karma, that would be very helpful. And I have already started praying for this, to lessen the effects and misery on human beings. Then the second nadi that was read, which is from this famous nadi reader, that I talked to you, who's in Vatishan Koval, that talked about ruinations in the world due to natural calamities, wars, ammunitions, armaments, drought, diseases, and many other ways. In the name of religion and narrow minded racism, nationalism, riots will break out in many parts of the world. Leaving fraternity, people will start to kill each other ruthlessly, saying that they are fighting and dying for their people. During the next year, after the Tamil Thai month, which is uh, from February 15th, from January 15th to February 15th. So after February 15th, advanced scientific terrorism may cause heavy damages to the world. Constructive communication services will become destructive and poisonous. So this indicates some sort of cyber warfare or some cyber attack and perhaps some internet virus. So I want to warn people of the world to please be cautious that the Nadi has said that this can happen because this was pointed out. Usually, such details are rarely given. And so, this is a higher probability. It's not deterministic, but it is probabilistic. And for myself, I will be backing up my computer, making sure your phone is backed up as well. And, I'm not sure what will happen in the world, but I always keep some cash at home as well in case there is a huge internet outage. There would be mayhem. And so it's best to think about the outcomes and take precautions from this reading that has come. So it also says oil diplomacy will threaten the world. For marketing weapons and defense products, wars will be waged in many parts of the world. To minimize these problems, some noble souls like Vinita will pray, performing pujas in various shrines as preordained, which I am doing. So some of these predictions were very similar, but it's interesting that each Nadi reading gave me an additional prediction. It's also indicative that the sages knew that I'm having multiple Nadi readings. I have correlated several Nadi readings where sometimes a sage will say, oh, she's already had a previous Nadi reading and she knows this information. But anyway, we will give her some additional information. So even though I go to different Nadi readers, the sages can see across time and can also see that I am reading several leaves. It's really mind boggling. Um, Now, the third Nadi leaf that I found was something on the same lines that, nations will wage war because of ethnicity or religion or because of land disputes. And there's always been war on the planet, and it's the nature of the planet to have wars, but we can pray to lessen the effects. It also mentioned that there will be war in Asia, in India's neighborhood, and also in the European nations. So those are the predictions for 2026. Now I want to read to you uh, there the answer to the fourth question, which was about aliens and government disclosure and ancient technology. This is really, I think, the first time that the Nadis, in my knowledge, have ever talked about aliens in such detail. I have never read about any predictions or details given about aliens. So this is really groundbreaking. So the first Nadi, which was by Nanduji in Delhi, it said, did not really give me a clear answer for this. It just said that there's beings on other planets, they come and go, but humans cannot see them. The second Nadi, which was by this renowned Nadi reader in Tamil Nadu, said that many beings and aliens have been coming and going. As they are far advanced in their technology, their movements cannot be caught immediately by the technical equipments of human beings on the planet. Satellites which are roaming above the earth are not capable of capturing their images or movements on the earth. They move as fast as the speed of light, and the technology of the earth is too tiny even to understand who the aliens are. No government will accept and announce this truth, as they are totally frightened and ashamed. People on earth are unable to use their technology because they are so advanced, and even a bit of their technical knowledge is not revealed to humans. Now, the third Nadi, which is by G.K. Ravi, also in Tamil Nadu, gave further details about these aliens. It said, there will be many wonders and miracles in the future related to knowledge about other planets. Some things the governments will disclose and some will be kept secret. There are beings on other planets which come here um, sorry, there are beings on other planets which will come to be known in the future. Things which we can't and don't know today with modern technology and methods, today we don't know, will be revealed in the future. There will come a time when it is possible for humans to go and live on other planets. There will be a change in the universe that we see, and in the future, souls will take birth on those other planets. So, this is really fascinating because not just one, but three Nadi leaves have confirmed that there are aliens. They come and go, and we can't detect them. They're very advanced, and the governments do know about them, but they don't really reveal all the information. They reveal some of it. In the future, we'll come to know a lot. There will be disclosure. We will see these aliens, and so on and so forth. So I read these to you, and I think we live in fascinating times. I didn't ask if this will happen in my lifetime, but my intuition tells me yes, this will happen within the next 5 years, because the next 5 years are revolutionary, and things will happen on the planet whereby these aliens will reveal themselves to us. So that is what I wanted to bring to you today. And please do leave comments. I will try my best to answer your questions. And if there's any topics that you'd like to explore and you'd like me to ask the Nardis, you can leave that in the comments as well. So thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed this.